You're watching Inside Automotive with Shyann Malone.
Hello everyone, I'm Shyann Malone.
And I'm Jim Fitzpatrick. Thanks so much for joining us today.
The key to success goes beyond just the sale of a vehicle. It's in the skills, knowledge, and development of team members. On today's show, we're learning about the performance development platform, RockED.
It's the latest venture for Marco Schnabl, who is the co-founder of automotiveMastermind and now the founder and executive chairman of RockED. Thank you so much for joining us.
Jim, thank you. Shyann, nice to meet you both. Great to see you.
Sure.
Likewise.
Appreciate the opportunity to spend some time with you today.
Yeah. So from AutomotiveMastermind, which is everybody knows that in the car business, it's a great company that you've built there, and now RockED. What was your inspiration and driving force behind creating this?
The inspiration came through my tenure in the auto industry. My life has started in the auto industry in Germany, and over the last 20 years here in the US, I've had a chance to work on the dealer and corporate side, as well as on the vendor and partner side with Mastermind. Mm-hmm. I think similar to what you would probably believe as a business owner or see as a business owner, when it comes to the day-to-day, we all rely on people in this business, thankfully. Mm-hmm. So when I was selling cars or when I was managing a team in the auto industry, day in, day out, I always worried about, do we have the right people? Are they equipped with the tools they need? Are they trained in a way so that I don't have to worry about what does the interaction with a client, with a partner look like? And same is true for Mastermind. By the time I handed the business over, we had about 400 colleagues and team members, and you want to make sure they are equipped to do what they do best. So looking at the auto industry as a whole, we have about 2 million people in the industry. 1 million of them turns every year. They come in and out of a dealership, and that's certainly creating a lot of pain for the entire value chain, thinking about the business owners, the individual, as well as the customers, and all of the other partners, such as OEMs or vendors that are in the space. So for us, it's something that we want to attack and tackle with RockED to help the individual and dealerships and OEMs and other partners in the industry take every person that is working in a dealership and upskill them, bring them on board, upskill them, enable them, empower them in the roles that they're in.
Mm-hmm. What's the ultimate goal here?
I think the vision that we have is to provide a one-stop shop for all the different items that you will need to know for the role that you're in. Mm-hmm. So let us assume you're a service advisor. There's obviously skills you need to learn around a multi-point inspection, for example. But then you might also work for an OEM that has specific requirements for that multi-point inspection. Or you might be working with a vendor partner, such as Dealer Tire or others that are selling their products into your service drive. So for you to have RockED on you all the time and have the ability to have, like similar to what we do on YouTube today, go in there and learn all things you need to know that make you a professional in your role, make you the best you can be. That's the ultimate goal for us. That is the goal. And I think we're off to a great start by working with lots of different dealerships, dealer groups, but also then OEMs and vendors in the space to enable and empower their frontline, workers, users of their product, salespersons of their product. And that's really what I think we're going to be solving here quickly mm-hmm. for.
Mm-hmm. And how have you been received so far with dealers? What's been the feedback?
I think very positive. We have obviously some credibility and goodwill through the Mastermind venture, and we appreciate that. So there's a bit of leap of faith to just open the door and have a discussion with us. But ultimately, the product and the solution speaks for itself. So rather than traditional training where you have to more likely be in a classroom style of setting, or you have to meet face to face, or you have to spend time in front of a desktop, I think what dealers truly appreciate is that in the flow of work and in the flow of life, their employees can now upgrade themselves. They can now learn on the fly, and it doesn't take a lot. The content creation that we have created or that we have started for the industry is very, very short content. We refer to it as micro-learning content. So think about a TikTok-style video, specific to your craft, specific to your role, specific to what you need to know in that moment's time, but in less than 2 minutes. So dealers appreciate that their teams are not tied up for an entire day or for several hours in front of a screen, but rather than spending time on social media, they might spend 3, 4, 5 minutes on RockED and learn something that's impactful in that moment in time. So the reception has been great.
And who are some of the trainers? Do they all work for your company, or are they individual trainers? How does that work?
So we try to collaborate with the best in the industry. Typically what we do, we have a customer advisory board that we sit down with, and we realize we need content. We need to create content on a specific topic. The EV readiness is right now the hottest topic, if you will, for the industry, and we are working closely with that advisory board to determine what aspects of EV readiness need to be in RockED. So what do we do then? Then we go out, and look for trainers or experts in the industry. Some of them come frontline. That might be a client advisor at one of our dealer partners that is the best in the industry in presenting EV product. And then we sit down, and work on a curriculum together. We do script writing, we do role play, but ultimately we want to put people in front of the camera that know this particular aspect of the content best, and then can relate it to our entire learner base.
So is it safe to say that for the people that are watching you right now on CBT News, if they feel like they've got what it takes, they could apply to be one of your trainers, even though they're a sales manager, or GSM, or a training manager
Absolutely.
at one of the retailers out there?
Yeah, absolutely. That very much so. We're constantly looking for trainers or coaches that we can work with on a freelance basis. Some of the coaches in the RockED app or in the RockED platform are full-time RockED team members, but we absolutely encourage the industry to reach out to us with content suggestions. We suggest individuals that believe they can add value to the industry to reach out to us, and then we'll find a path into our content roadmap. The content we have grows on a weekly, monthly basis, and a lot of that is content that works for the entire dealership. So we classify the content into sales, service, overall leadership, and then also just core knowledge and motivational content. How to set up your day for success, how to set yourself up for success, and then as detailed as what is a tire conversation, alignment conversation look like for a service advisor. So if it's part of our content roadmap, or if we think it should be part of it, we would love to include individuals from the industry to work with us and be in front of camera.
Okay.
And not only we talk a lot about EVs being a part of the future, but AI is certainly on the forefront as we move forward. How will you then incorporate that into your training?
Yeah, great question. I think that question can be divided into two aspects. How are we training the industry on what AI can bring? So that is actual content we're going to create or have created. How can you use ChatGPT to write a better customer email? That is very valuable content that we have created with some of our dealer partners that said, this is how we use ChatGPT to create a great customer response. If you think about this for a second, if you're a service advisor, a service manager, or a sales manager, and you get a customer response that's not favorable, like a customer that had a bad experience, how do you respond to that? ChatGPT is a wonderful large language model AI product that you can just type in the customer. I have an unhappy customer, picked up his car on this date, didn't get a loaner car, or did have this issue, had a flat tire when I left. Please write me a response. And even someone like myself that has not learned English as its mother language will get a beautiful short email that I can then copy and paste or massage a little bit and send back to the customer. So on the content side, we are already training and helping dealers how to leverage, if they're allowing their employees to leverage ChatGPT. But then also the question, is one, how do we evolve as a business? And I think there's great application for this type of AI also to make our product better. By asking the product in the future, by asking RockED in the future, tell me how to solve a customer issue on the service drive, we might be able to also provide parts of our content in a summarized way for a specific question. That is possible, and it's something that's on our future roadmap. So we want the product to also evolve in a highly intelligent and sophisticated way by leveraging those platforms.
And is this a subscription-based model?
Yeah, exactly. So they subscribe to our product. If the dealership typically, or the OEM, or somebody in the ecosystem like a vendor or partner subscribes, and we then agree to the amount of users or dealerships that are going to be covered with the content. So in a very simplistic way to think about it, depending on how large or small your individual dealer or dealer group is, you engage with us similar to like a Netflix subscription. Comes down to a couple dollars per user in the end. I mean, it's not a very expensive or a high ticket item, because it's an ongoing nurturement that we're looking for. I mean, just like going to the gym, just like having a healthy lifestyle, this is not a one and done where you just have a subscription for a month or two. You need to invest in your people. I think people are expecting that these days.
And an individual salesperson, even though the OEM or the dealer may choose not to subscribe, an individual salesperson or service writer or what have you could then subscribe themselves individually?
Yeah, we get that question a lot. So right now we're still a B2B business model.
Okay.
In the future, we might be willing to open it up in a B2C. What I mean by that is what you just described.
Yeah.
Can an individual subscribe? Today, you need to be a dealership or OEM or a partner in the industry,
okay,
to get a subscription. But fair question, and we get that quite a lot.
So if in the event somebody's watching and they're a salesperson or they're a sales manager or they write service at a dealership, but they like what they see or they like what they hear, they should go to their general manager or dealer and say, hey, we gotta sign up on this.
That would be great. I mean, we're looking for partners across the industry. We're growing very, very fast, so no complaint on demand. But the more learners we have on the platform, the more our current AI model informs, what the learning path should look like. Because not everybody learns the same, Jim.
Right.
What happens is when you engage with RockED, your home screen, just like your YouTube home screen or your Netflix home screen, looks different than mine.
Right.
Because you may be, even being in the same role in a dealership, you might be interested in different type of content, different style of content.
Sure.
So it's highly engaging and highly custom in the way you experience your learning path with RockED.
Right.
Makes sense. And also, on your website, Marco, more than just dealership training. I like that tagline you're using there. Elaborate on that for us.
Yeah, I think at a very high level, we also try to provide communications across the dealership. So rather than, I think specifically when you have a larger organization, you need to go beyond just sending emails. The way we consume data today is, mobile, it's fast, and it's typically video or imaging. So what we also try to do is enable the leadership of a dealer group, et cetera, to record their own quick video and then push it out to all their learners, all their users. And that could be, hey, quick update for our next sale we're having, or we have a private sale or a service clinic this weekend, or welcome XYZ new employee, or celebrate somebody's tenure with the company. So they can leverage RockED as a not only as a training and enablement platform, but also as a communication platform. But I think at a granular level, the way in which we've done training is still very valid. So I'm not competing, or we are not competing with in-store trainers. The face-to-face remains very important.
Sure.
But the face-to-face is also very day dependent. For example, if I'm sick that day and both of you are coming in to train me, I'm not going to receive that training.
That's right.
And by the time you come back, I might also not be working at that store anymore.
That's right.
So the way we want to solve it is just by amplifying some dealers or vendors or OEMs training efforts and allowing them to scale up. They can use some of their own content if they want. Typically, the way we like to create content is it's deeply integrated into our platform, or we get contracted by any of the partners to help them create that content for them.
Pretty cool.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Marco
very cool.
Schnabl, founder and executive chairman of RockED. Thanks so much for your insight today. It was a pleasure definitely to have you.
Thank you both.
Thanks for watching Inside Automotive with Shyann Malone.